Are you wondering why your neighbors are suddenly talking about getting thousands more in Social Security money? Well, hold on to your seats because what I'm about to share will completely change how you look at your Social Security benefits this May. Imagine waking up to find an extra $2,000 or even $3,200 automatically deposited into your account. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's happening right now for millions of Americans, and you might be one of them. But here's the catch: not everyone qualifies for these incredible increases, and if you don't act fast, you might miss out on money that's rightfully yours. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly who's eligible, how much you could receive, and most importantly, what you need to do to ensure you don't leave a single dollar on the table. Are you ready to discover if you're one of the lucky Americans about to receive these life-changing deposits? Stay tuned, because this information could be worth thousands to you and your family. Before we dive deep into these exciting changes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's start with the biggest question on everyone's mind: who exactly is eligible for these new Social Security auto deposits? The Social Security Administration has announced significant changes that will affect millions of beneficiaries, and these changes are more comprehensive than anything we've seen in recent years. Starting May 20th, various groups of Social Security recipients will see substantial increases in their monthly payments, with some qualifying for both the $2,000 and $3,200 supplements. First, let's talk about the $2,000 increase. This particular boost is targeting individuals who have been receiving Social Security benefits for at least 5 years and fall within specific income brackets. If you're currently receiving regular Social Security retirement benefits and your monthly benefit is less than $1,800, you might be eligible for this increase. The government has recognized that inflation and rising living costs have hit retirees particularly hard, which is why they're implementing these changes. But what about the additional $3,200? This is where things get even more interesting. This supplemental amount is being offered to specific categories of beneficiaries, including disabled individuals who receive SSDI, widows and widowers who qualify for survivors' benefits, and certain SSI recipients who meet the new criteria. The goal here is to provide extra support to those who face additional challenges or have limited income sources. Now, you might be wondering why these changes are happening now. The truth is, the Social Security Administration has been monitoring the economic impact of recent global events, including the aftermath of the pandemic and ongoing inflation concerns. They've determined that many beneficiaries need additional support to maintain their standard of living, and these auto deposits are their response to this growing need. Let's break down how these auto deposits will work. Unlike previous adjustments that required beneficiaries to apply or file additional paperwork, these increases will be automatically processed for eligible recipients. The Social Security Administration will review your current benefits, income level, and benefit history to determine your eligibility. If you qualify, you'll see the increased amount reflected in your regular monthly deposit starting May 20th. However, there's something crucial you need to know. While these deposits are automatic for those who qualify, there are several steps you can take to ensure you don't miss out on any benefits you're entitled to. First, make sure your contact information is up to date with the Social Security Administration. This includes your current address, phone number, and most importantly, your direct deposit information. Any outdated information could delay your increased payments. Speaking of direct deposit, let's talk about why this is so important. The Social Security Administration is strongly encouraging all beneficiaries to switch to direct deposit if they haven't already. Not only is it more secure than paper checks, but it also ensures you'll receive your increased benefits as soon as they're available. If you're still receiving paper checks, now is the perfect time to make the switch to direct deposit. But what if you're not currently receiving Social Security benefits but plan to apply soon? This is where timing becomes crucial. If you're eligible to start receiving benefits in the near future, you might want to consider how these new increases could affect your decision about when to begin collecting. The amount of your initial benefit could be significantly higher than it would have been before these changes. Let's discuss another important aspect of these increases: how they might affect other benefits you're receiving. Many people worry that an increase in their Social Security benefits might reduce their eligibility for other assistance programs. I want to address this concern directly. These particular increases have been structured in a way that they won't count against your eligibility for most other federal or state assistance programs. This means you won't have to choose between receiving these increases and maintaining your other benefits. Now, let's talk about taxes. I know this isn't everyone's favorite topic, but it's important to understand how these increases might affect your tax situation. The good news is that these supplemental amounts have been designed with tax implications in mind. While regular Social Security benefits can be taxable depending on your total income, these specific increases may have different tax treatment. However, it's always wise to consult with a tax professional about your specific situation. One question I've been getting a lot is whether these increases will affect future cost of living adjustments, COLAs. This is an excellent question, and here's what you need to know. These special increases are separate from the regular COLAs that Social Security recipients receive. This means you'll still be eligible for any future COLAs, and these current increases won't reduce or affect those adjustments in any way. Let's address another common concern: will these increases be permanent? The current structure of these increases is designed to provide long-term support, not just a one-time payment. Once you begin receiving the increased amount, it will become part of your regular monthly benefit, assuming you continue to meet the eligibility criteria. This is great news for those who rely on Social Security as their primary source of income. But what about married couples? This is where things get even more interesting. If both spouses receive Social Security benefits, each person's eligibility for these increases will be evaluated separately. This means that in some cases, both spouses could qualify for increases, potentially bringing significant additional income into the household. However, the combined household income will be considered when determining eligibility for certain increases. For those who receive SSI benefits in addition to regular Social Security, there are special considerations to keep in mind. The SSI program has specific rules about income and resources, but these new increases have been structured to minimize their impact on SSI eligibility. This means that many people who receive both types of benefits could see improvements in their total monthly income. Let's talk about what you should do if you believe you're eligible but haven't received any notification about these increases. The Social Security Administration is rolling out these changes gradually, so not everyone will see the increases in their accounts on exactly May 20th. However, if several weeks pass and you haven't seen any changes, there are steps you can take. The first is to check your online Social Security account. If you haven't set one up yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Your online account will give you access to important information about your benefits and any upcoming changes. It's also the easiest way to track when these increases will be applied to your account. Additionally, the online portal allows you to update your information and ensure everything is current, which is crucial for receiving these increases without any delays. Another important aspect to consider is how these increases might affect your long-term financial planning. For many people, this additional income could provide an opportunity to better prepare for future expenses or even start saving for emergencies. It's worth taking some time to review your budget and consider how you might best use these increased benefits to improve your financial security. For those who have been considering returning to work while receiving Social Security benefits, these increases might affect your decisions. The Social Security Administration has specific rules about how much you can earn while receiving benefits, and these new increases don't change those rules. However, the additional income from these increases might give you more flexibility in your work decisions. Let's also discuss how these changes might affect those who receive Medicare benefits. Many Social Security recipients are also enrolled in Medicare, and there's often a connection between these two programs. The good news is that these Social Security increases won't negatively impact your Medicare benefits or premiums. In fact, the additional income might help you better manage your healthcare costs. For those who are caring for someone who receives Social Security benefits, such as a parent or disabled adult child, these changes could have important implications. If you're a representative payee managing someone else's benefits, you'll want to stay informed about these increases and how they might affect the beneficiary's overall financial situation. Now, let's address a question that many people have been asking. What happens if you're currently appealing a Social Security decision or waiting for a disability determination? These new increases won't affect the status of your appeal or application. However, if your appeal or application is approved, you might become eligible for these increases once you begin receiving benefits. It's also worth noting that these increases come at a time when many people are struggling with rising costs in various areas of life. While these auto deposits won't solve every financial challenge, they represent a significant step toward providing more adequate support for Social Security beneficiaries. The timing of these increases is particularly important given the current economic climate. Looking ahead, what can we expect after these increases take effect? The Social Security Administration continues to evaluate the needs of beneficiaries and may make additional adjustments in the future. Staying informed about any changes or announcements is crucial. That's why following channels like this one and regularly checking the official Social Security Administration website is so important. For those who are helping elderly parents or relatives navigate their Social Security benefits, these increases could provide an excellent opportunity to review their overall financial situation. This might be a good time to help them set up direct deposit if they haven't already, or to review their budget and ensure they're making the most of their benefits. As we wrap up this discussion about the new Social Security auto deposits, let's summarize the key points you need to remember. First, these increases are significant, potentially adding $2,000 or $3,200 to your benefits. Second, they're automatic for those who qualify, but you need to ensure your information is up to date. Third, they won't negatively impact other benefits you might be receiving. And finally, they represent a long-term increase to your benefits, not just a one-time payment. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your Social Security benefits. The more you understand about these changes, the better position you'll be to make the most of them. Don't be afraid to reach out to the Social Security Administration with specific questions about your situation, and keep watching for updates as these changes roll out. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell to stay updated on any new developments regarding Social Security benefits.